I got one about a wedding. Looks like some drama in a wedding party.
I like dramas on the wedding parties. Yeah, show it.
So I'm gonna go ahead and switch to the iPad view. If you're just tuning in or still watching and you have any suggestions for us to read, we have a few stories picked out already, as you can see. But we're definitely open to suggestions. You could also hit us up in the chat, like if you have your own opinion on what's going on, or you like the story, you don't like the story, think someone's an a-hole, whatever. Like, share it in the chat, engage with us. We've got it open on the phone over here. We're gonna try to engage back with you. All right, so
and we see you. We know you're watching us.
All right. So, am I the a-hole uninvited from wedding party? I, a 27-year-old female, was asked to be a groomswoman in my friend's 29-year-old male wedding this September.
Explain. Groomswoman.
So, like, you know how like there's
Friends.
the groomsmen and the bridesmaids, they stand behind them.
Yeah,
like,
but
the big wedding ceremony.
She wanted to be on the side of the
man. A groomswoman, so she's on the side of the groom.
Of the groom. Okay. That's complicated.
No, it's pretty simple. She's just a friend of the guy. She's not.
You know what I mean? It's complicated. It's like.
Well, we'll see how complicated it gets, Marie.
Okay.
We have been best friends since university, and he came to my wedding 2 years ago. Since then, I moved a few provinces away, but we stayed in touch. I accepted and told my husband. We were thrilled to be included. As planning started, I was asked to buy a dress the same color as the guy's suit, black. I received instructions from the bride, the 31-year-old female, that it needed to be a particular line material store. I picked out a dress, got the bride's approval, and bought the dress. I thought everything was great. I asked about the bachelor party so I could book our flights out. We settled on the weekend before the wedding, and I booked flights for my husband and I. We booked boarding for our dog and took time off from work. 3 weeks ago, I got a text saying that they had been talking and it would be better if I attended the bachelorette instead of the bachelor party, as I would be the only woman on a boys' trip. I was surprised as the other groomsmen are mutual from university, my brother-in-law, and a friend of the couple. So people that she knew already.
Okay.
I shared that I appreciated being included in the wedding party and looked forward to celebrating with them, whichever way made the most sense, and understood I wasn't invited to the bachelor party. I didn't realize there would be an issue having a woman on a trip, a one-night camping trip, especially as I'm married. There was no conversation about maybe come for the daytime stuff, but not the overnight. I'm still not sure what the issue was on that. He didn't explain. I didn't hear anything back and thought that was settled. 2 weeks later, I get a text. They had decided they were rescinding my invitation from the wedding party, as if not being a groomswoman anymore, as they didn't want to have a groomswoman. They won't be replacing me and have accepted that they will have mismatched sides. That's all I got. He said he wasn't intending on hurting my feelings and sorry I got a dress and was excited. I replied, I'm sorry, what? He said, sorry, this is coming out of nowhere, and that he was struggling to prioritize his partner's feelings and decisions they made together, which made him a bad partner, and that he was not acting with integrity. He asked for my understanding and said we are still invited to the wedding/reception. I'm confused on where any of this came from. If something happened before this, maybe I could pinpoint a reason. I'm struggling with that. We spent over $2,000 between flights, the dress, and dog boarding to go to this wedding. He apologized that I got a dress and was excited, not for his actions or any acknowledgement of the costs. I'm hurt and confused and said we're not coming to the wedding. I feel like this came out of nowhere, with no explanation. I replied back that I was disappointed he thought texting me was the way to communicate this. It's also pretty disrespectful to both me and my husband. We wouldn't be coming so early, saved their vacation days, and flown out later. Am I the asshole?
Okay, I have a question.
So she's asking, is she the a-hole for not going, period?
A question, what's happened, because like it was like messy in the middle of the explanation. So she was a groomsman, a groom's girl?
Groomswoman.
A woman, okay. And they want to do the party before or something?
Yeah, so the bachelor party.
Okay, And what's the
So
problem
she
with
was
that?
initially going to go to the bachelor party,
Okay.
which is an all men's, now an all men's camping trip. Like that's
Okay.
what they were doing for his bachelor party.
Okay.
So then they hit her up, be like, "Hey, don't come to the bachelor party. You can go to the bachelorette party."
What is that?
That's the same thing, but for the bride. So the bride and the groom have separate oh, this is the last night we're single, so we're hanging out
So
with our friends.
they want to like, we don't want to be with the girl. We just push you to
yeah.
the
So don't come to the bachelor party. Go to the bachelorette party.
Okay.
That's what that was.
Okay. And she did.
And she was like, "Okay, I'll do that."
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't think she went to the bachelorette party yet.
Because they sent her before.
2 weeks later, let's see. Yeah, I don't think she went to the bachelor party. I think she was fully expecting to go to the bachelor party.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, "Oh, go to the bachelorette party." So she's like, "Okay." And then a week or two later,
Did you say
they
like
hit her back up like, "Hey, you're not going to be a groomswoman." Her friend hit her up, like essentially saying like,
it's not the fiance. Like,
it's her friend is the guy.
Her friend. Okay.
That's why she was going to be a groomswoman.
So
She's
it's
gonna
that guy. Okay. I thought like it's
hit
like a friend, like just
Yeah,
like.
Okay.
So
he hit her up
Okay.
and said, "Hey, listen, like you're not going to be a groomswoman. Like I haven't been paying attention to my partner. She's not comfortable with this essentially. So you're not going to do this. Like I understand we're not going to have the same amount of people on each side. You're more than welcome to come to the wedding still." So after telling her not to come to the bachelor party, he was just straight up like, "You're not going to be a part of the wedding. Like, you're not going to go on her side. We're not going to replace you. We're just getting rid of you. You're more than welcome to come to the wedding, the reception, like still come through."
And she decided not to go.
She was like, no, because
spent so much money,
she spent
so much time.
spent so much money on the airplane tickets, took extra days off of work because she was expecting to be a part of the wedding party. Like, set up the wedding, be with the friend, do the trip. And like, she spent all this money on dog boarding, got the tickets in advance, and got the dress too. Like, and the wife was like, "Oh, great dress." Like, she got it approved by the bride. But at the end, he's just like, "Yeah, no, like we're not doing that."
How much this guy is actually your friend if he's treating you that way?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I think it's just pretty simple. It's not even like a pride thing at this point. It's like, "Yo, we're supposed to do this. I took time off." Like, it would be different if it was like way in advance he let her know, but not even.
It's disrespect.
It's just like she got the dress, got it approved by the wife, like all this stuff, and all of a sudden it's like, "No, like my wife's not comfortable with you."
It's not even wedding start. Like, if it's like this kind of treatment to the woman on a future husband side, I never understand that. It's like, oh, if it's my boyfriend or it's my husband, he can't have like a girl's friends. Sorry? You now own the person? I don't think so. If it's like before wedding is that much problem, can you imagine what it could be after? It's like, oh, I'm not listening to my partner. She probably make the like a big scandal for me. You know what I mean? And treat that like, okay, I'm gonna do everything. We're just like, yeah, you can come, but I understand that like they not compensate her like day of absence at work, tickets and stuff. But like you must just say that much earlier, and now you put person in a really bad position because not only she have the trouble with that, her husband too, because he's also like involved in it. No. He's not a friend. Its person is not a friend because the real friend first explain the situation. Like, listen, this and this happens. Like, I talk. She's jealous. My fiance is jealous. Fiance is jealous. Like, and you girl. And like, I don't know, and she's like stressful. How I can compensate your all this discomfort that you have, and I feel so bad about it. And I believe he probably tried to, but you can call and talk, send the message. I deal with this stuff like this when someone and then like separate room with you, send you a message.
All right. So, not the a-hole. Something's going on here that probably has very little to do with you. Send your regards and wish them the best. Something tells me that the train is not bound for glory. I guess they're trying to say like what you said, like
Yeah, it's not ghost. It's not ghost. This marriage doesn't go to the good times.
right.
No.
Okay.
I like this phrase.
She wrote back, "That's my impression. Seems like conversations were had about me that I wasn't a part of and have no idea what the problem is." Someone else responded back, "Insecurity. If she's this insecure while getting married, unless they get into couples counseling, this won't be the only sacrifice he makes. As a woman with security, you know that's the answer. It's just unfortunate that it's what's going. Sorry, it's just unfortunate that's the way it's going when that wasn't how it went down at your wedding, and you wanted the same for your friend. Try not to take anything personally from here on out and maintain a distant friendship as you've had. At some point, he may need advice or help, but I would also expect you to be pushing any woman out of his life, so I wouldn't be expecting to hear from him much. Sorry, this is going this way."
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, if bride, not even wife, bride think, or girlfriend think you can have friends, women, or even to, like, I believe it can be like worse. Like, you can't even talk to women. What do you mean you talk to women?
Yeah.
I mean, if it's an obvious flirt, yeah, it's not good. I mean, still, it depends on the situation. For when we do an interview, we're trying to be polite and lovely to people we interview. Like, it can sound flirty, maybe, but it's just a good manner and everything. Sometimes old ladies can read it as a like, oh, will you talk to her that way? But yeah, no. If it's before wedding that way, this commenter is absolutely right. Probably she not hear a lot from him because he's going to be in a jail of marriage. Boom, boom.
The only reason I would go to this wedding is so I could wear a lovely white gown and stand as close to the bride as possible. These people are tools, and you have been far kinder to them than most. Not the a-hole.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, but it has sense.
Info. Have you actually tried to call your friend? And I'm using that term loosely at this point. You have mentioned texting with him and calling your sister-in-law, but personally, I would want to confront him directly and ask him WTF is up. I avoided calling him for a few reasons. I don't trust myself not to say something hurtful right now. Even if he did something unkind, I don't want to add more stress on this plate. I'm sure they have bigger things going on. I remember the 5 to 6 weeks before my wedding were crunch time. I don't want to cause more problems for them, especially since I said we're not going. I'm relieved to hear from others that I wasn't overreacting by saying that we're not going. I was kicking myself about that. I didn't want to hurt him. I'm leaving the ball in his court to approach this when he has time. If that doesn't happen, that's okay. I live 3,000 kilometers away with a 2-hour time difference. The next time I'll be in my hometown is a week before the wedding.
She's really sweet. She sounds like a sweet person. And like, how long before wedding is like, how long people like prepare to the wedding? It's like months.
Not the a-hole. Maybe he'll be included in his next wedding because his bride sounds like a mess.
Yeah.
Upvote.
Yeah.
I get that planning a wedding, and she responded, I get that planning a wedding is stressful and can bring out the worst in people, but I wasn't expecting to catch strays like this. LOL. OP, definitely not the a-hole. Were any of your university friends that were groomsmen married? It may not be the bride if one of the groomsmen wives got upset or bent out of shape that a woman, a married one at that, is going to be at the bachelor party. Is that plausible? I say that because the bride-to-be seemed to be on the ball first. Sorry, it's a lot of typos. Your dress and then suddenly became a flake. Something doesn't track right here. Gosh, I didn't even think of that. My husband had a female friend attend his stag do, and she is lovely, and I was only jealous because it was a trip I would have enjoyed as well. I have 100% trust that my husband sees her more like a sister. I hope none of the partners of the other guys felt awkward, but I think they all had a great time. None of them are married except me and my brother-in-law. who is married to my husband's sister. She's a bridesmaid. So it wasn't like jealous partners or from the other people. I guess they were trying to eliminate the bride as, I guess, like the issue. So like it probably was the bride, like, and like he said it in the post, like, hey, the bride was kind of like, you know,
Or maybe sometimes not everyone, but sometimes man can be like, oh yeah, it's she problem. What if he's in love with her and he's really afraid he can't say yes because she's gonna stay beside him, and he just like, I don't trust myself.
So someone else responded, not the a-hole, this sounds so messy and like the bride needed a wedding party switch up. Maybe your friend wasn't able to do anything, unfortunately. I'd be upset too from the whirlwind of events and money wasted. She responded, it is messy. We're in the same friend group in my hometown, where the wedding will be and where we went to university. My brother and sister-in-law are also in the wedding party. I don't know how to move past this after the wedding. Are we all friends when I'm in town? Super awkward. And then someone responded, send them an invoice for the dress. I realize you don't want to make things more stressful for him, but as to the money you're out, it sounds like you're being a doormat.
Yeah, like I don't want to.
Oh,
God damn! Thanks, noob.
I like that. I like that idea that, like, yeah, I mean, you don't want to stress him, but he can stress you. I understand that you're trying to be understanding. I understand
and diplomatic
that.
and like, yeah, I don't want to add stress to him.
But come on, they add so much stress to you.
Yeah.
And this misunderstanding of like, yeah, this is the ticket price. There is the dress price. Please, we're probably not coming. We wish you the best. Kisses and hugs. Goodbye.
So someone with the name Max Cheesy Wraps responded. I love that name.
Nice.
Man, I worry this will happen to me. My best friend asked me to be his best woman. Further discussion, it was evident that his soon-to-be wife was not on board with it, but just allowing it. Later, he mentioned she wants him to ask his brother for a more traditional wedding party. It's a destination wedding. I told him I'm going to make a full vacation out of it, but we'll be sure to fly out the morning after the wedding so I'm not accidentally tagging along on their honeymoon. The next time he visited, he mentioned they plan to do something locally to celebrate with the people who can't make it to the destination wedding. Another time I asked him about the dress code. Since I have an unusual body shape and fluctuating size, I will likely need to spend several months looking for something that fits right and looks presentable. A look of panic crossed his face as if he didn't know what to say because I'm not really supposed to be invited or something. If it's anything like my situation, OP responds, I'd recommend respectfully backing out. Thank them for thinking of you, but you'll attend the local celebration. I wish I had known this would have been an issue, so I would have taken one for the team earlier. I would not have stepped back and just been a great guest months ago if they said something. Not after booking flights, 8 days off work, and getting a dress. Clown face. Oh. So she feels like a clown. She feels like she got played, which rightfully so, right?
Yeah. She's definitely not the asshole. She don't do anything. She just try, and they just like, oh, you know what? You cannot come. It's totally fine. Stay home.
So 8 Marshmallows writes, so the bride is having issues and is selfishly making your friend exclude you, and he is probably hoping this won't affect your friendship because the person you know and care about does want you there and in the wedding. In addition to the bride taking things away from him, you will also be dismissing his preferences by refusing to go. I'll call him and have the conversation. He's probably struggling right now. Someone responds, yeah, he is struggling, and he'll be struggling even more when the friend group finds out why OP isn't attending the wedding. OP should have a talk with her in-laws, laying out the issue, asking if she now are out of the homecoming friend group in the future. Asking if she's not part of the friend group in the future. I mean, if the bride is insecure now, even with OP's partner there, maybe they all have to exclude her from all gatherings. OP should call one other close person from the group, asking for advice, planting the seed. Then go no contact. Then send a short message to the group. Sorry, me and my fiance have decided not to attend. Wishing you both good luck in the future. Then not answer any call whatsoever. Let him struggle. I think we should definitely like save some of these
And check it out later.
and check back later. Because I picked ones that came out within the past 24 hours, just so we can get kind of more of our perspective. And hopefully if people watch and they want to share their perspective, like drop it in the comments below or the chat. Any last thoughts on that one?
I mean, what this story teaches? Every story teaches something, right? In this particular situation, it teach us not to be in an a-hole, a-hole, eye-hole, eyeball, whatever, asshole, and not treat people like they are, whatever they do, whatever they put into the situation, the party, wedding, whatever, I just don't mean anything. Because it is. Not only money, but it's also, like, when you wait something gonna happen, you're kind of excited. Can you imagine there's like, it's like Christmas, and in the morning, or like night before, you need to wake up and go open up the presents. Your parents just like, you know what? It's not gonna be this year. Well, you know, Santa Claus is like, he's upset. He's upset. You still can come down and look at the tree and the presents, but you're not gonna have any. Just try to understand. That's how it sounds.
Now that makes sense, and there's obviously some communication issues here. Obviously, it seems like the fiance is very insecure, which, you know, she's entitled to her feelings, whether they're right or wrong. She's entitled to them, right? But like, instead of springing it, because she said like it was within weeks, I believe, of like the wedding.
Yeah.
So instead of springing it on them like last minute like that, like after she spent all this money and like all this stuff, like that's kind of the messed up part, right?
And I like that the OP said, like, if they tell me that much, how is it?
Months in
earlier,
advance. Yeah.
much earlier, I definitely going to be happy to be a part of this wedding. And I go with my fiance or husband, whatever, and everything going to be okay. But after all of this, like, it's not like how. Like I said, I ask again, how much this person is your friend if they not consider you and your input and whatever you do as something would have value. You know what? It's the right word? I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's just, oh, you're not that important. That's what it says. And if persons think that about you, that how this person can call themselves your friend. So yeah, no, not an asshole. You did good, and I think the good idea to just send them invoice for whatever you spent on their wedding that you're not gonna appear on.
I think the invoice might be a little bit too much. I think try to get refunds on what you can, because they're not going to pay an invoice. They're not going to be like, oh, she was totally right. Like, I guess we will send her money. Like, no, like there's obviously like friction there already. Like, it's just, I think it's just one of those things where you like cut your losses, try to get your money back where you can. Like, airlines can be okay about like giving
like
you vouchers,
a week,
or just go on a different vacation. Like, go
like a week before flight, you can't change anything.
Well, yeah, I guess it was that soon, huh?
Like, it's like, no, you can't do anything. Like, dress, okay, dress, you may, if this dress was made specifically for you, probably not. You can sell it on the marketplaces or stuff like this. If it's not from a shop, like, you know what I mean? If it's like, if you bought it in the shop specifically for this stuff, because I believe it was, like some bridesmaids stuff, they probably adjusted for your figure and your body. It's a little bit complicated to sell it after, but you can find someone you can sell it. With the tickets expensive, man. I probably can say, like, I understand if you wealthy, you have lots of money. It's one thing. You may not worry about how much it is, but still, even if it's like $1,000 for two of you, it's still a lot. Even if it's like $500, it's a lot. And it's like minimum price of the tickets, I believe. So like $250 is like cheapest. It's like somewhere in a in a trunk of the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not like what I gonna do if I'm in this situation. Will do if the situation happens to me. I cut this person from my life. Just like, oh, you just I'm kind of an asshole in this situation, because if you treat me that way, I'm not gonna maintain the relationship with you. What's the point of it? Like, for next time you do this, because if you do this once, it's the open way to do this twice, 3 times, 4 times, 7 times, and using me and whatever you're comfortable. So no, say goodbye.